Hi all, I'm pleased to introduce myself as Poonam Mehta. I am the Director Training of IELTS and PTE in Right Directions. I have rewarding experience of 9 years in teaching field and I have trained more than 3000 students in the same. And right now I'm handling the team of more than 20 trainers across all the branches in our country, and I'm the certified trainer of IELTS and PTE from IDP British Council and Pearson Test of English. So now let's move to the classroom to talk about the IELTS speaking tips. Before giving you the speaking tips, let me tell you about what is IELTS. IELTS means International English Language Testing System. Basically, people give IELTS test in order to have the proficiency, and some students they give test to go to take the admission in certain universities for higher studies, and as well as it is used for the immigration purposes. Speaking is the part of IELTS. So here are certain speaking tips. First tip is you need to use the fillers. For example, well, to be honest, that's a good question you asked. So you need to use that. They don't give the content, they don't provide any knowledge, they don't give you information, but still you need to use it so that you can impress the examiner and you get credit for that. Second tip is you need to use the linking words. Well, linking words, they are very important in IELTS speaking. For example, because, indeed, in addition, apparently, likewise. See, these are very important to get the good score in speaking part. Okay, next tip is paraphrase the examiner. Well, it is very important in the speaking. What it means, paraphrase, what it means rephrase the question asked by the examiner. For example, do you have any brother? So you can ask the examiner, I didn't get the question properly. I'm sorry, I didn't get you. Can you repeat the question? So you can ask the examiner, it would not give you a negative score in the speaking part, right? Then obviously you need to speak naturally, very clearly. You need not to give any slang while speaking. In fact, speaking in IELTS is for 11 to 14 minutes. There are 3 parts in speaking. Part 1, in which you need to extend your answers. Approximately 5 to 6 questions are asked in part 1 and you need to reply in 1 or 2 sentences. See, in part 1 you need to extend your answers, as I said earlier. That means you need not to reply by saying yes or no. For example, which university you are planning to go further. You need not to say like only Canadian University. You can say, by elaborating it, I'm planning to go to Oxford University, right? Then comes your part 2, in which you get a cue card and you need to make a plan for a minute so that you can speak for 2 minutes. See, it is mandatory to speak at least for 2 minutes, as examiner would be judging you very clearly on the basis of your cue card. So it's always best to make notes for a minute for what you are going to speak for 2 minutes. Then comes your part 3. In part 3, you get 5 to 6 questions and you need to elaborate properly, right? So in speaking, what basically the examiner look for? First of all, what examiner see is your lexical resources. Lexical resources means relevant ideas which you need to speak according to the topic. Then comes your pronunciation part. Well, pronunciation is very important in IELTS speaking. If you are not pronouncing the word correctly, you would not get marks for that. Apart from that, you need to focus on your grammar. If you are not speaking properly and you are making a grammar errors, obviously you would lose marks in your speaking. Your fluency does matter in your speaking. You should know how to emphasize on certain words. You should go high, come down. That is called your intonation. So you need to focus on that. Thank you so much.